Steve, they gave us a good examination, didn't they, Carshalton?
Yeah, we always knew it was going to be like that. That's why we decided to play them, or accepted their invitation to play, should I say, more to the fact. And we knew how they play. We know the pitch is tight. And again, I went with something that I went with last week, just to get a feel for what we could adapt to if needed. And I thought it worked quite well. Yes, they've missed 2 glaring chances over the bar from 6 yards. But it served a purpose for me. Like I say, these games, results for the players, not for me. It's about performances for me.
And good to see Tom Beer got his 90 minutes, didn't they?
Yes, Tom Beer and Tom Parkinson, like I said, they've geared up to this, and I thought I'd give them both 90 minutes today. And towards the end, looking a little bit tired, but not too far off it, which is good for them. And we've got 4 games to go to get them and everyone else up to speed.
And the youngster who played the number 14, he looked quite a useful player.
Yep, Kai, he's come out of a professional club that's he's not played non-league football, and like I said to him at the end there, when he got caught, instead of just making a good decision and clearing his lines, he tried to have a touch and he got nicked, and that's when they should have scored. But he'll learn, and like I say, he done very well for us today, and we'll see him more.
Nice strike from Jack Parter. If only you could do that more often competitively.
Yeah, well, I think Barry said it's the second goal in about 6 years or something. But no, it's one of those, you know, it's a great strike. He's coming off the line where we want him to do, and he's hit a good shot, and like I said, it's gone in the back of the net. So he'll be pleased with that. The team will be pleased with the win. I'm just more pleased with the performance in what we've done, because I took my 2 centre-halves off and had a look at something different, and it worked because they got the result.
And I thought the defence really, we had to play well in defence, didn't we? We had to keep our concentration at times.
Yes, because they are a very good attacking side, and they've got some real good players. And the bottom line was, all I was a little bit disappointed with is a couple of times we could have looked after the ball a little bit better, because in numbers going forward, their recoveries, we could have broken them a little bit more. And it's about, like I said to the boys at half time, it's about being patient and picking the right opportunities. If you're not going to have a lot of possession of the ball, you need to be structured and organised, and when you do get the ball, that's when you've got to make your passes and make it count.
But they were good enough to give both our keepers a bit of work to do, so that must have been pleasing to see them in action as well a bit.
Of course it was. You know, you don't want to play teams pre-season where you're going to just roll teams over all the time, and I always knew that with Pete and Keith it's going to be a tough game here. Again, I thank them for the invitation to come down. Good to have fans in as well. Yeah. And I believe it was a good enough game for people to go home and enjoy. As a manager and a coaching staff, we'll take the good and bad points out of it. And as I say, players take results. I'm not interested in that at the moment.
But good to see the supporters in, and a few from Tonbridge as well, which was excellent. We've got this bizarre situation where next week they probably won't be allowed in. But
no, that's right. But then, like I say, Jim, I'm concentrating on the football side of it.
Yeah, of course.
I can't get myself worrying about stuff like that. You know, it's good to see fans here. We've got Margate away as well, so no doubt if they've got their protocols in place, they can have fans there as well. So then we go Bromley and Aldershot, and if fans are allowed in, great. It will help the club. It'd be nice for the players to play in front of fans. If it's not, we'll just go back to the normal and wait until we're allowed.
No, definitely. Well, thanks a lot, Steve, and well done today.
Ben, another win in pre-season. How did that one go for you?
Yeah, that was good. Obviously, we were trying a different shape. The gaffers worked on a different shape for the last 2 games. Just to see sort of whether we can adapt to it, whether we might have to adapt to it in the season. And I think we've enjoyed it. It's been different. You're learning different things in terms of who to press, who to mark, and things like that. And I think it was learning from each other as well in different positions. But it was a good run out, good pitch. Played against a good side who wanted to try and play football. So it was a good test for us. It was good to come out with a win in the end. Yeah,
and for those who weren't here, it's in the last couple of games, there's been 5 at the back, which means a slightly more inside role for you. But you can play.
I'm happy to do whatever. I've spent the last couple of seasons in football playing a lot of different positions, sort of just the way it is. I'm happy whatever role I get put in. I try and understand it as much as I can and just apply myself as well as I can. So I like playing there, I like playing from the middle, but at the same time, if we play a 4-4-2, then I'm happy to play out on the left and get the crosses in and try and set up some goals.
And today you scored a decent goal. Well, I mean, it was a good delivery from the free kick in the first place. Came out to you, and people never saw it coming.
Yeah, volleyed it. I think Des helped me with a little dummy, to be fair, so the goalie weren't sure what to do, whether to dive or not. Something that I know I need to do more of, getting the goals, because I think last season, even though it was broken down, it was one of my first seasons where I hadn't scored 10 goals, so I could use the excuse and say the final 2 months might have gone and got three or four more goals, but it's sometimes difficult to do when you play out on the left because you're used to crossing the ball and things like that. So it's either, for me, it's just get as many assists as I can, help the team out as much as I can. If goals are part of it, then I'll try and add that to the game as well.
Obviously, very different pre-season. 10 games. It's a lot of games.
It is.
What do you want to get out of the remaining pre-season games?
I think just to sort of stabilise ourselves a little bit more, and because there's times when we're getting a bit frustrated with each other, which is understandable because we're changing things, we're playing against different opponents, we haven't been together for 6 months. It's obviously been a long pre-season, but at the same time I was glad to get back kicking the ball again, and we're sort of buzzing for the season to start really. I know it's still 5 weeks away, but we're looking forward to it, and I think all of this extra time can only help us.
First game with fans back, nice, isn't it? Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit strange, to be honest, especially the Palace and Wimbledon ones, being at home and just having no one there. And those games are always a little bit false anyway, because they bring different teams. They try and overplay just to try and set themselves up for pre-season. And then without fans as well, it was a very strange atmosphere. Even just sitting in stands, things like that. It's been very, very different. Getting changed in stands. Today felt a little bit more like it, being able to have some of us in the change room, warming up properly together, coming out and seeing the fans as well. So it's good to have that, and looking forward to hopefully getting a few more fans and everything loosening up a little bit.
How much of a difference does it make? I mean, I presume people who don't play football very much will say, well, it shouldn't matter. You should still be able to do your thing.
Yeah, you should, but it makes a massive difference, especially in league games. You won't notice as much now because now you're just working towards something. You're working towards a goal. When it comes to league games, I can't imagine what it would be like playing a league game without any fans, because there's so much on the line. Yet there's 500, 600 fans who are at home waiting on your result, but they're not there. They're not there, and they're not a part of it. So it's harsh on them, and it's strange as a player. When you score a goal, you want to hear a noise. So it's good that happened today, but maybe that's the only reason I scored. Maybe I need the fans.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that, because I think when we're playing competitive football, the fans will be there.
Good. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, and that's what we need. That's what non-league needs. So it's for us to help ourselves in terms of financially, and also for the players and for the fans to have a bit more of a relationship again.
Yeah, brilliant. All right. Thanks so much.